Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be doing another Budget Wednesday video with you. You know how much I love doing these, and I'm going to be sharing with you the 5 things that I've bought within the last kind of 6 months that have really helped me save money in the long term. These are things that have been quite useful, very multi-purpose, and something you may be considering buying or kind of putting off buying because you don't want to put money out and spend money out because you're saving. So I thought I'd just share them with you and then we can go from there and start the discussion. So the first thing I bought, which saved me money, when actually I didn't buy it, my other half bought it, but he purchased a teapot from 2T for me. The reason he did this was because I wanted to move away from plastic tea bags. We were going through a bag of like 1,000 tea bags or 800 tea bags, one of the two, either 1,000 tea bags or 800 tea bags, which cost £10 a month. We would go through that in the month. We'd also usually have to buy another box, which tends to be about £3.50 for Yorkshire tea. So I decided that I wanted to start having loose leaf tea. One, to cut down my plastic consumption, which is how I kind of came about to figure out that actually tea bags, although they're compostable, they still have microplastics in them. So I wanted to kind of move away from plastic tea bags and consuming plastic in that way. But also we were going through tea bags so freaking much, like so much. So being able to use an option that's a little bit more sustainable was something that really appealed to me. And okay, the teapot he bought did cost £28 from 2T, and prior to that I was literally just using a cafetiere, which I paid £10 for in TK Maxx. So it's not very expensive to get a teapot. We just really wanted one that could serve 3 people at a time rather than just like 1 or 2 people. But buying a teapot has saved us money purely because loose leaf tea is becoming a lot more widely available, and we still do use Yorkshire tea, loose leaf tea, and it's cheaper to buy. I think the packet costs £2.80, and that will last us about a month because it's a little bit of ag. By a little bit of ag, I mean it's a lot of ag to make loose leaf tea. So we're actually consuming less tea, which is really beneficial in itself. So it's definitely something that I would recommend doing if you're trying to swap from tea bags to loose leaf tea, is invest in either a cafetiere or a really nice teapot. The second thing that has saved me money from purchasing it, and this is a really random one, and most of you probably already have it in your house, but that is apple cider vinegar. And that sounds so stupid, but apple cider vinegar, especially I get it with the mother, is quite pricey to buy in health food shops, and it's one of those things you're just like, do I really need apple cider vinegar? Most answers is probably not. However, I now use apple cider vinegar for various different reasons. I basically purchased it when I was looking for zero waste options and alternatives to things, and I use apple cider vinegar in so many ways now, it's unbelievable. So obviously I use it as conditioner for my hair, which is the biggest way it saved me money because I'm not buying a bottle of conditioner every single week. I'm literally just mixing apple cider vinegar with water and oil and then putting it on my hair, and it's working really well. So I use it as conditioner, I use it for cleaning purposes, so in various different solutions, which again it helps me cut back on cleaning products. And then thirdly, I also use it as like a vinaigrette on salads. So I'm no longer buying balsamic vinegar, I am literally putting apple cider vinegar, olive oil, and then some herbs and things like that to make my own salad sauce. Not salad sauce. And that's basically stopping me buying balsamic vinegar, Caesar salad dressing, 3 Islands dressing, all the dressings that I used to buy I no longer buy, and I literally just make my own. And there are a million other ways you can use apple cider vinegar. I think it's such an underrated product, but definitely something you should go out and purchase, and definitely spend the extra money purchasing apple cider vinegar with the mother. The third thing I purchased, which was a little bit of an expense outlay, which I absolutely love and has saved me countless amounts of money, is a Brita filter jug. Now we didn't even used to drink water, not that much anyway, but we obviously have to have a huge bottle and put it in the fridge, and it was just very inconvenient. And unless there was a bottle in the fridge, no one ever really wanted to drink water from the tap in this house, so obviously they'd go out and they'd purchase like water bottles and things. When I bought a Brita filter, purely because I started to realise the benefits of having filtered water, we now drink so much more water. It's made a difference. I now drink like 3 litres of water a day, which I'm super happy about, but obviously I've noticed my other half is drinking more water as well. However, it does now mean that if I say, oh, should we take some water from home, it's not so much, oh, I've got to have tap water, or oh, we've got to like take it from this massive like bottle that we had and put it into a smaller bottle. I can literally just pour it from a jug now, and it's stopping us purchasing plastic water bottles and water in plastic when we're out, which obviously is such a really random and annoying expense to have to pay for. The fourth thing that I purchased that is saving me money, and this is really random and completely personal to me, but one of the things that I've purchased recently is a shower curtain. And the reason it has saved me money is because basically in our shower we've got a glass screen, however we have a window in the shower, and the window is wooden. I obviously didn't get to pick that, and I haven't got the budget there to kind of change the whole window and the UPVC, because if I do that all the tiles will come off, and the only way the tiles are ever going to come off is when I redo the bathroom next year, and it's all just going to be done at once. So I spent £7.99 on a shower curtain and £14.99 on an extendable thing. And the reason it saved me so much money is because the amount of water that was going onto the wood, it started to get like a little bit rotten, mouldy on the outside. It was wet, the paint was peeling, and I was constantly for the last year just sanding it down, filling it in, putting wood hardener on it, painting over it, and I was having to go and do those expenses every like 3 to 4 months, whereas now purchasing a shower curtain just completely stopped the situation from even happening. And I cannot believe I didn't think of it sooner. Like, who doesn't think that as a solution? However, it does now mean I do not have to outlay costs to constantly treat it and sand it and repair it, because now I've done it once and I've got a shower curtain to protect it. It's gonna be enough, and it is enough, touch wood, to stop the problem until I replace it with a UPVC window. The last thing, number 5, the last thing that has saved me money in the long run, again a bathroom item, and that is muslin cloths or flannels. So I actually didn't purchase my flannels. I'm not sure if I should admit that I didn't purchase my flannels. I stayed in a hotel that conveniently had flannels every single day, and the flannels just so happened to make it home with me. But I'd been looking to purchase flannels before, and obviously they're like really cheap, so you can purchase them in places like Primark, that's the one I was thinking for, you know, like packs of 2 for something like £1.50, so they're not very expensive. But the reason they save me so much money is I use them for so many things. So obviously I use them to wash my face. Now before I was using baby wipes, which I know I shouldn't use personally. I really know I shouldn't use, because I used to preach to people not to use baby wipes, but I no longer use baby wipes. I actually put soap on the flannels and wash my face, which is very handy, and has really cleared up my skin. So not only do I use them as face wash, but obviously I also save on cotton rounds, because I used to use cotton rounds for really stupid little things like taking eye makeup off, rather than just using the baby wipe to do that, or taking nail polish off and things like that. I have now found a way that I can use flannels for that purpose, which is really handy. So if you want to know how to basically get stains out of your flannels, especially nail polish, please leave a comment down below and I will tell you exactly how to do it. It's amazing and it's so simple. But I also no longer purchase headache strips. Now I think they were called forehead, like actually the number 4 and then head, but essentially they were these little strips that you put in your fridge, and then when you get a headache you peel the back off and they just stick on your head. And the reason I used to purchase them was because I didn't have any flannels. When I was younger and I used to get migraines, I literally just used to put a flannel, cover it in cold water, put the flannel on my head, put another flannel in the freezer. And so it was really handy to just be able to grab that out, whereas I didn't have that and I didn't go out and purchase it. It was so much easier to literally go and purchase a one-use product and put it on my head. And seeing as I suffer from headaches quite a lot, it was so expensive, and they're about £4 or £5 for about 2 strips. They're not cheap at all. So now there is always a flannel in my freezer with water ready for when I get a headache. Yes, obviously that's really cold, and when I do take it out of the freezer I do tend to wrap it in something before I put it on my head straight away, but it's really helping. And there are so many uses with flannels. Like sometimes, don't tell anyone, but if I run out of microfiber cloths to clean the surfaces with, I'll just grab a flannel and go over it. So fabric kind of strips are really helpful. So that is all for this video. They are my 5 things that have saved me, that I've purchased, that have saved me a lot of money recently, and I thought I would share them with you. If there is anything you've purchased down below that you really think you should share, please leave it a comment, because I would love to know if there's something I'm missing out on and I have ways to save money. And I will see you next week for another Budget Wednesday video. Bye.